Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, during the campaign, the Kenya Kwanza side, led by William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, promised the police that once they take over power, they are going to change the police uniform. Remember Uhuru Kenyatta regime, they changed from the previous color to blue. But many police officers did not like the color. But now, I think it's 1 week ago, it's 2 weeks ago, during a police pass-out parade, William Samoei Ruto again promised the police that they will never pay for their uniform, that the government is going to provide the uniform paid by the government. But you know what? The emerging issue is that that uniform which William Ruto was talking about, it is not a product they are going to produce here in Kenya and then give to the police. This government of Kenya Kwanza, they are planning to import police uniform into this country. And this uniform is going to come from China. Pauline Njoroge has shared something. And if you go through it, you will understand where we are heading to. So this is what she's saying. We are now in a country where policy decisions are being made based on personal interest. You see, issues of police uniform, there is a personal interest at the hand. Since the introduction of the new uniform, production is done locally, and you can imagine what has meant for our local textile industry. But now, since a certain Wambui wants to import the uniform from China, these local companies will lose the deal, and you can imagine the ripple effort. Even in terms of employment, who will lose their jobs? NYS guys too. This was the second post. Money from CA is clear not enough for the kind wealth they want to accumulate. Now, they must take the production of police uniform from the local textile industry and import from China. Of course, they are keeping us engaged on the trivialization of the uniform color as they finalize a deal with Chinese. We won't know what happened. So these are allegations emerging that William Ruto government is planning to import the police uniform. But some time back, just to back up what Pauline Njoroge is talking about, the issue of sourcing locally the police uniform. Matiang'i at one point, he confirmed that they have already paid for police uniform. I don't know if someone has some knowledge about how police are getting the uniform, he can tell me in the comment section. Because according to Ruto is that police are paying for their uniform, so they will not be paying. But if you listen to Matiang'i, he was saying that already the new uniform that they were bringing in, the government had already paid for. And this uniform, they were going to contract local producers. You talk about the Rivertex and among other producers, textile producers. So they wanted to do it local. And indeed, Matiang'i had a big problem. And they came out even on media to talk about people who are pushing him to give them a tender to supply police uniform from China. Listen to him shortly, then we'll continue with this conversation.
We have no problem providing our police with uniforms. We have actually paid for the new uniforms, and the new uniforms are being done. I asked the Principal Secretary in charge of the State Department of Interior, Dr. Kibicho, who chairs the technical team on the police reforms, to move around the country and look at the capacities we have in our factories, in our textile sector. He has visited Rivertex in Eldoret. He was in Nakuru yesterday. We have gone even to the EBZ zone. What is happening here, and I will speak about it bluntly, and let me make this revelation to you. The Inspector General, the PSI, and myself have been under pressure by some quangles and all manner of spiefs that we should import police uniform. Listen to me very carefully. We will not import police uniform. go and write another 10 headlines. We will not import police uniform from any country. We have to promote the local textile industry. Buy Kenya, build Kenya. How are we going to support our cotton farmers? How are we going to support our manufacturers and create jobs in our country? You know, this monkey business that has been going on for a period of time, we go to some shadowy corners and agree to import police uniform from some places and create excuses that isn't it simply outrageous that someone is saying we don't have material in Kenya with the kind of textile sector that we have? So why would the government put budget resources to revive Rivertex and provide jobs in Eldoret? Then we proceed like fools the following day to import police uniforms from Turkey or from China or from wherever. We have already paid. We are making uniform for our police. And take it to the bank from me. We will not import uniform. No amount of pressure, manipulation or anything will change that position. That style of life has come to an end in Kenya. It has come to an end. And no one is going to live that way. Our uniforms will be made. We have 600 tailors at NYS and huge teams at NYS that are working on this. We will make the uniforms for our forces in Kenya. Create jobs for our people in Kenya. Allow manufacturers in Kenya to supply government agencies. Sasa wewe na wakora wako mahali mlikubaliana mtanunua uniform, utaenda uwaeleze hivi, hatutanunua uniform kutoka kwingine. It's as simple as that. And you can write as many headlines as you want. We will not change that position. Na tuwache kudanganyana hapa. Hii ujeuri must come to an end in this country. Hii sasa unaenda huko. We will not do this kind of silly things that people have done over the years and try to mess up our country. We will ensure that everything that we need, that we can get in the country, we get it here. That is how we grow our industry. That is how we support our cotton farmers. That's how we support the manufacturing sector. The private sector understands what we are doing. Our president has been firm on this and has been speaking about this. So we can't live any other way. So if you thought that the headline is going to change our mind, now you know.
Now we are continuing with our final discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel subscribers, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, and back to this discussion. Now, our problem is not about changing the color of police uniform. If Ruto has problem with that, and if the police officers have problem with that, then they can easily change. You can still maintain the contractor who was supplying the uniform, but then give a different color that you wish to produce. With that one, we don't have any problem. The problem we are having as of now is that now, as Ruto and his government are planning to change the police uniform, they want to contract another supplier outside the country. Now it is emerging that possibility of importing police uniform to this country from China is inevitable. The question is, what does this one mean for this country? My good people, it is better I tell you the truth. When we had a campaign, we had people who are producing their lorries, their trailers. Watu wa lori, watu wa gari. Wale watu walikuwa na supply William Ruto even with the uniform. Lazima walipwe. Sasa Ruto ameanza kulipa mtu wa roli. Forget about the people who are dancing on those rollies. Those who are facilitating and helping him with financials. You see now it's being pushed now to start contracting outside. So that these people will be paid. These are people of caliber of someone like Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi is a billionaire who don't run any company, hana kampuni yoyote hapa. But you find out that the man is in business. He referred to himself as a businessman. But if you check on the kind of business he's doing, he's looking for contracts. Then in the middle there, earn your own money and hand over the contract to another person. So he acts as a middleman. That is what is happening here. So Ruto and his team are in business to earn money for themselves and to pay those people wenye walikuwa wamepeana gari ya kufanya campaign. Ile yenye mlikuwa mnapanda juu, mkiimba, mkisema hasla, serikali ya mama mboga, serikali ya boda boda. Sasa ni wakati wa kulipa. As they do so, they are really destroying our economy. These are people who promise to provide 1 million jobs per year. The question is, once you contract this uniform outside, what about those people who have been employed in Rivertex and other suppliers? Even Charity Ngilu, who was the governor of Kitui, I think Kikotech had a contract of supplying police uniform. I remember Charity Ngilu getting that contract from the president. Where will these people get the job to do? Since there is no demand. And when there is no demand, it means supply will go down. When supply goes down, it means you have to reduce the people who have been employed. So many people are going to lose jobs. It is not only those who are working in the textile industry. We are talking about even the farmer who was doing the cotton farming. Produce, then sell to the company. People are going to lose that market. So many people are going to lose jobs. We are talking about NYS. They were getting contract. And they were earning something from that. This is a government that said that they are coming to form government of the youth. Government of Mamamboga, Boda. So NYS is all about youth. Where are you leaving them? They are going to do a huge damage on the youth. Now leave that one aside. When you are a country that depend more on importing, what does this one mean on your own economy? You don't produce, but you import. That means already you are digging deeper into your dollar reservation. Right now, as we are speaking, $1 shilling is now equal, $1 is now equal to 124 Kenyan shillings. The other day it was just 100. Moya alitoka ikiwa 75. Where are we heading to? So as dollar reservation goes down, it means even the shilling is losing its value. As the shilling continues to lose the value, where are we heading to as a nation? Nataka tuanze kuprint pesa kama ya Uganda ama kama ile ya Tanzania? Tunaelekea wapi? It means Kenyan shilling will lack value in the current market. And so our economy is going to go down. That is where we are now. So walikuwa nasema kazi ni kazi, wera ni wera, pesa mfukoni. Hii mambo yenye Ruto walikuwa nasema pesa mfukoni iko wapi? It was their campaign slogan yenye waliborrow from ANC party. Kazi ni kazi, pesa mfukoni. Pesa mfukoni itakuja namna gani kama wewe unachukua tenda ya police uniform, unapeleka China, unaacha yule Mkenya mwenye ako na uwezo wa kushona hiyo uniform hapa. Hiyo pesa itaingiaje mfukoni? Mr. President, tell us. That's where we are. So this government is a government of few individuals who want to satisfy their greediness for money. Walisema hii ni serikali ya maskini mgani? This is a government of cartels. Cartels who are in tender, cartels who are in business. The worst thing is that when you have a president who has appetite to do business, this is how we end up. They simply focus on their personal interest, profit. Nothing else. So it was not all about just the color. There was something beyond the color. So they were demonizing everything to look very bad now, import. Why can't they just contract local people here when wamekuwa na hizi tena na waongeza wengine tena so that they can produce different color, supply it to police.